Hello students! Welcome back to our science class. I'm your teacher Yhan, and today we're gonna learn about nutrients and energy from food. So, last week we have discussed about the important nutrients for the body. Now for this video, we will continue learning about nutrients and energy that we get from the foods that we take every single day. But first, we have to learn some words that we will soon encounter as we go on to our discussion. So the first word is calorie. Calorie. Calorie is a unit of energy. It is a unit of energy. Next, we have kilocalorie. Kilocalorie. So this is another word for calories, so they are the same. Next, we have diet. Diet. Diet is the sum of food that is eaten by a person. And we also have nutrient. Nutrient. Nutrient is something in food that helps people, animals, and plants live and grow. So we get nutrients from the foods that we eat. Now I have a question. What controls how much energy we need per day? Food gives us energy to do our daily activities. So, it is important to choose food carefully. We should know how much food we eat and how useful it is to our body. Our gender, age, and the things we do each day controls how much food we eat. So, different people need different amounts of energy based on their gender, age, and the things they do each day. So we should eat the right foods to get the right amount of energy we need. To live a healthy life, we should eat foods that have the nutrients and energy to fit our gender and age. So we have your example. Important nutrients for people of different age groups. Let's start with children. So for children, they need high amounts of proteins for growing. So what are the foods that are rich in proteins? We have meat, nuts, milk, and eggs. For adults, they need high amounts of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats for energy to do their work. So what are the foods that are rich in carbohydrates? We have taro, corn, rice, potatoes, and many more. What about fats? What are the foods that are rich in fats? We have butter, milk, and many more foods. For old people, they need more proteins, vitamins, and minerals for repairing and slowing down aging. They do not need much carbohydrates and fats because they do fewer activities. So again, what are the foods that are rich in vitamins? We have vegetables and fruits. The foods that are rich in minerals are egg yolk and seafoods. For pregnant women, they need more energy than other age groups to make their babies grow, especially their brain, and to make breast milk for babies. Now, I'm gonna show you an example of table of daily food needs for different age groups. You can see this on page 36 of your book. For example, we have eggs. For preschoolers, children, and young adults, they need 1 egg a day. But for adults, 1/2 or 1 is enough. Next, we have milk. For preschoolers, they need 2 to 4 glasses of milk each day. For children, they need 3 to 4 glasses of milk. For young adults, they need 3 to 5 glasses of milk. And for adults, 1/2 or 1 glass is enough. Next, for rice, for preschoolers, 1/2 to 3 cups is good. For children, 4 to 5 cups. For young adults, 5 to 6 cups of rice. For young adults, 5 to 6 cups. And for adults, 3 to 6 cups of rice. Next, food, we have meat and offal. So for preschoolers, they need 3 to 4 tablespoons. For children, about 180 gram or 3/4 to 1 cup. For young adults, we have about 200 gram or 1 cup. For adults, about 150 gram or 3/4 cups. Now, we have also fats and oils. For preschoolers, they only need 2 tablespoons. For children, 2½ to 3 tablespoons. For young adults, they need 2½ to 3 tablespoons. Same with children. And for adults, 2½ to 4 tablespoons. Okay, so we also have green leafy vegetables. So for preschoolers, they need 4 to 8 tablespoons of vegetables. For children, 1/2 to 1 cup. For young adults, 1 to 2 cups. And for adults, 1 to 2 cups as well. And next, we have fruits. For preschoolers, they need 3/4 fruits per meal. For children, 1/2 to 1 fruit per meal. For young adults, 1/2 to 1 fruit per meal, the same with children. And adults is also the same with young adults. Now, the Bureau of Nutrition, Department of Health, Ministry of Public Health has set how much energy thighs need in each day based on their gender, whether male or female, based on their age and daily activities. Now, here is a sample table. You can see this on page 37 of your book. So let's focus on your age. So you are considered teenagers because you are within 11 to 12 years old. So in your case, for boys, you need 1,700 kilocalories per day. But for girls, you need 1,600 kilocalories per day. Again, in nutrition, kilocalorie is used to show a unit for food energy. Different genders and age groups need different amount of energy. So, the Department of Health, Ministry of Public Health made a nutrition flag to help Thais choose their food wisely. The nutrition flag looks like this. It's like an inverted triangle. So the food on the top are the foods that are sources of carbohydrates. These are the foods needed in highest amount. We need at least 8 to 12 rice serving spoons per day. Now, the second level contains the foods that are sources of vitamins and minerals like vegetables and fruits. They are needed the second highest amount. We need at least 4 to 12 rice serving spoons of vegetables and 3 to 5 portions of fruits each day. Next, the source of proteins like milk, nut, eggs, and meat. We need to eat enough each day, like 6 to 12 spoons of meat and 1 to 2 glasses of milk per day. And the least are the source of fats and minerals like oil, sugar, and salt. They are needed in smallest amount. To stay healthy, we also need about 6 to 8 glasses of clean water, or we can drink enough water to feed us each day. So different types of food can be replaceable if they give the same nutrient. Here is a table of comparison. So you can see here the type of food and the example of food that can replace them. We also have a table on how much energy can we get in some Thai dishes. For example, the dish is thin noodle soup with beef balls. The size is 447 grams and the amount of energy we get is 226 kilocalories. So you can use this table on page 39 of your book for your reference. Here are other Thai dishes and of course also some fast foods. Here are the list of fast foods and the amount of energy that we can get from them. To stay healthy, we should eat enough healthy food to fit our gender and age. Also, we have to think about the types and amount of food additives in the food we eat. So what are food additives? These are things added to food to give it good taste, color, smell, or keep it longer. Some examples of food additives are yeast, vinegar, food colorings, sweeteners, and other preservatives. Food additives are made from animals, plants, minerals, or by chemical processes in the factory. Here are some food additives and their benefits and the harms to our body. So let's take for example the food coloring. The benefit of food coloring can make food look more attractive, but it is also harmful because this may cause dizziness or loss of appetite and even cancer. We also have taste enhancer or MSG. The benefit of this one can make food tasty or gives it good smell, but monosodium glutamate or MSG may cause numb tongue, dry lips, dry throat, and too much thirst in sensitive people. Another one is sweeteners like aspartame. Aspartame makes food sweet and give less energy, but too much sweetener in food causes high appetite. This gives more need for food which can cause weight gain. And for other preservatives, they can keep food safe longer. But too much preservative may cause headaches, dizziness, or even cancer. So, we should avoid food with food additives. To stay healthy and grow well, we should eat enough healthy food to fit our gender and age each day. To do this, we can follow 9 food dietary guidelines below. First, eat different foods from all 5 food groups and watch your body weight. Number 2, eat rice together with other starchy food in different meals. Number 3, eat lots of vegetables and healthy amount of fruits. Number 4, eat fish, lean meat, eggs, and dried nuts. Next, drink enough milk to fit your age. Next, eat foods that have some fat. Next, avoid too many sweet and salty foods. Next, eat clean food and avoid foods with chemicals. And last, do not drink or drink less alcoholic drinks. So, those are simple food dietary guidelines for us to follow. Now, it's time for our activities. Your activity can be found on page 33. Page 33. So, the direction says, look at the pictures and answer the questions. The first one is a child reading. The second one is a woman running and also a woman walking. The first question says, do these 3 activities need the same amount of energy? Do these 3 activities need the same amount of energy? Yes or no? For number 2, sort the activities from the hardest to the easiest. Sort the activities from the hardest to the easiest. Which one is the hardest? Is it reading? Which one is the easiest? Is it walking? You write your answers. Now, you can pause this part so that you can write your answer. And if you're done, you try to compare your activities or your answers from the possible answers. So here, these are the possible answers. For your second activity, you can find that on page 42. Page 42. So the direction says, study the table below and answer the questions. So this is the table. You are going to base your answers from this table. For number 1 question, which food gives the highest amount of energy? What is the main nutrient in it? And which food group is it in? So what is your answer? Which food is the highest amount of energy? Is it chicken egg, sticky rice, pork, kale, or ripe banana? You base your answer here. Number 2, which food gives the lowest amount of energy? What is the main nutrient in it and which food group is it in? Number 3, which food gives the highest amount of proteins? Which food gives the highest amount of proteins? So you base your answers here. Number 4, using the nutrition flag, which food should we eat the most and why? Using the nutrition flag, which food should we eat the most and why? For number 5, how much energy can we get from 200 grams of ripe bananas? So here is the ripe bananas and here is the energy or kilocalorie that we get. But take note that this is just 100 grams and the question says in 200 grams. So you're just going to multiply it by 2. You can pause this part so that you can answer, and then afterward you try to compare your answers from the possible answers. Okay, so these are the answers. Did you get it right? If you got it right, very good. Next, you turn your book to page 43 and you can also read the direction. It says study the table below and answer the question. Same as the other one, you're going to base your answers from this table. Okay, so number 1, when do children need the highest amount of protein per day and why? Number 2, how many grams of protein does a 10-year-old child or 30 kilogram need per day? Number 3, a 13-year-old and a 20-year-old weigh the same. Do they need the same amount of protein per day? Why? Again, you can pause this part so that you can answer first. Okay, so the third part or the last part of our activity is based from the 9 food dietary guidelines that I discussed a while ago. So the question says, which food dietary guideline would benefit the society more? Is it number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9? And what is the reason why? So if you are finished, you can compare your answers here. Okay? Now, for your homework, you open your book to page 44-ish. Draw a mind map, a diagram, or summarize what you have learned. So I'm going to give an example. You can draw the nutrition flag, which looks like this. Okay, so this is just an example. You can add more if you want, so this is just an example. Okay, so that is all for this video. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day. Goodbye.